What's up? This is Dr. Dixon. I just want to give a little background on myself. I used to teach 7th through 12th grade, both public and private school. I also was adjunct lecturer at Morehouse College. Then I transitioned to my PhD and was instructor at Howard University, where I created some courses where I utilized AI inside of mathematics and also taught the foundations of mathematics and AI. Then I transitioned after my PhD to assistant professor at Hampton University in the mathematics department. And now I'm transitioning to be department chair at a private school where I'm in charge of implementing new math, I guess you could say a modernized math curriculum to include all of this AI. So, all of this that I'm giving you all draws off of my previous experience. So, I say all of that to say that I understand one of the serious issues that we have both as humanities and STEM instructors, the critical thinking, and that's what we're going to talk on today. A global survey was done that showed that 53% of instructors feared that chatbots and AI would actually erode how our students actually critically think. That may be the case, but that is only if it's used incorrectly. And so I'm going to give you a tactic that I use in one of my classes. There's plenty of tactics out there, depends on your actual students. But for mine, we had a serious gap issue with as far as information is concerned with reading as well as mathematics. So I wanted them to see exactly how these things can actually be wrong and not just the 100% correct answer. So there's a way you can do that. It'll take one class period, 1 hour to do, just a little bit of prep, but after that they'll understand, okay, everything is not 100% correct, and so therefore I have to think a little bit deeper about this, and I'll show you how. So this method to enhance critical thinking can kind of be looked at as a game in some retrospect. It takes one class period to show them how it actually works, but you'll notice that students actually are going to start using this throughout the semester. And something that I think enhances critical thinking. You let me know in the comments below, but we call it source smash. Sorry. And so there are three specific moves, and I'm going to go over each move now. For the instructor, business, or whatever you all are doing in order to enhance the critical thinking of the skill using AI, there's only a few things you need to actually do, and it can actually be done in less than 5 minutes. And the first thing you need to do is actually get a descriptive sentence of what it is you actually want them to do. And the second thing is to actually give a source that you actually want them to understand. FYI, this is a group project. So the first move is to actually get that descriptive sentence as the instructor and paste it into whatever your favorite chat bot is, whether that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever AI bot you like, or all of them for that matter. This is going to be an experiment of which one you prefer actually. And just copy the output of that response and paste it directly into a document. Don't make any edits to it and lock it. Your second step then is to actually collect the actual legit source and attach it next to whatever the prompt or situation is that you know is reliable that you're asking them to actually read on, I guess you can say. Now, you take that unedited response from the GPT and you sit it next to or hand the object that you feel is a reliable resource and have them match the two. You have the students highlight in groups, small groups, however you want to do this. You can highlight in green what is common, highlight in red what is false. Don't highlight what is unsure, and then you have the students then look at and work with each other and have conversation with each other to make sure that this GPT output matches or does not match, right? And so the objective is for them to see what is legit and what is not legit, and they're also still reading what it is that you want them to read. Then you have the reflection piece that I speak about, right? You then have the students talk about what was similar in the chat GPT output or whatever AI output that you're using and what was different. Then after, you have the students rewrite an actual statement of the thesis, I guess you can say, for that particular thing you're looking for, okay? Let's look at an example. So this is for my English people. Let's say you want to talk about the memory inside of Toni Morrison's book, Beloved. Type directly into your favorite AI bot, what is the role of memory in Toni Morrison's book, Beloved? Whatever that output is, You take that output and then you paste it inside of a Google Doc, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then you save it and lock it and put it inside of the learning system that you're using for your students. You then get two reputable sources, right, that you think are reputable, and then you also upload it into the learning system. Everything that agrees with the bot, you highlight green. Everything that contradicts, you highlight red. Then there's a reflection. Have the students answer in whatever method you may want it, whether it be voice memo, whether it be written, but have them upload it into the system and answer the three questions. What did the two agree on? The second question, what did they disagree or what was missing? And then the third question, or really task, is for them to rewrite the actual thesis statement in one sentence. That then challenges the student to actually really sit down and think about the content that they actually have just read. Now it pushes them a little bit further, and maybe there's some other tools that I can actually show you in certain packages with certain AI tools that you can actually use to help deepen the research and sources for yourself as the instructor. Pro tip, who wants to grade more, right? You get all your information. You can type specifically into ChatGPT or whatever AI bot that you're using. Give me a grading rubric of this assignment. I would like 4 criteria points at 5 different levels. And it will actually give you the grading rubric. You just got to go in, make sure, again, you revise. And as a professional, you know exactly what to look for at that particular moment that needs to be adjusted in that draft or not. And then it's done. By the time you literally eat breakfast or sip your coffee, your lesson for that day is done. So join me later. If you have any questions about how you can implement it inside of your classroom, drop a comment below. I'll actually give you some ideas of how you can actually get this thing going. But I think those 3 solid steps in this game, the students can actually reproduce throughout the semester. But that's going to actually cause us to actually increase our thought process on how we actually teach the students, right? So now we're bringing active research inside of the classroom. If you thought this was helpful, join next time where we'll actually discuss bias and data privacy. Great conversation. See you later. Peace.